I can believe that we made it this far. I can believe that we made it this far. I can believe we made it in mine. Nah, for real, we really made it through a whole another year. Oh my goodness. What a blessing it is to be alive. For starters, I really want to say that. If you're anything like me, maybe there's some days it's like, maybe it's not a blessing to be alive. Ha ha ha. It's like, no, overall, like, every day is above ground. No pit bull, but we really made it through another year. Can we stop and acknowledge that? And I really feel like when you're out of high school, or at least out of that school schedule dynamic, the years really hit a lot different. I feel like back when we was in high school, or maybe you are in high school right now, so you probably, or middle school, you probably this won't resonate too much. But I feel like when you're in high school and middle school, every year is kind of the same. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't think people talk about that enough. Every year, it's like the same. Okay, I'm entering the new year. I'm ending the year and entering the new year. Like, I'm on winter break. I'm gonna go back to school. I'm in school up until spring break, then spring break for about a week, and then like summer break, and then like I go back to school in August or September, and then Thanksgiving. It's like that same cycle. And you know what's really crazy, y'all? That's really our lives from age 6 to 18. Ages 6 to 18, or like 5 to 17, whatever the case may be. That's really our life. And I feel like, at least for me, ever since I left that dynamic, the years really hit a lot harder. They slap a lot harder, they hit a lot different, and they go by a lot faster. I feel like the year just started, but yet it's ending yet again. And I can't believe I'm really making this video just to acknowledge we got through another year. I don't know what everybody has been through. Like, I've been through loss, like loss of a family member. I have lost people that aren't physically dead, but they're alive. If you know what I mean. Um, Mental health problems, but yet on the flip side as well, like, a lot of great things has happened as well. And I think everybody can resonate with that. It's been a mix. And it's like, granted, overall, we can say, like, it's been a great year, but let's be so real. Especially, you're super aware over your life. Like, you're very attentive to the experiences that you have. And there's so much good and so much bad. But we so have a choice on what we want to look at. That doesn't mean we totally suppress, ignore, and neglect the negative or bad experience, however you want to call it, because good and bad can kind of be subjective depending on how and what you're looking at. We can choose, like, it's the end of the year, we can choose to say, oh, this happened to me, that happened to me, I lost this, I didn't get that, and that's why this year totally sucked. Or we can look at all the great things that happened, like, oh, this happened to me, I got this opportunity, I got to have this experience, I met this person, and this was like one of the greatest years ever. But I feel like truth of the matter is, every single year is literally a mix of both, and at the end of the year, you can really pick how what you want to illustrate it. You can really pick how you want to paint your year. When you look back and think about the whole year, and think about everything as a whole. And granted, there are probably some years like, yeah, that year probably totally sucked. I mean, we can kind of say that about COVID. Let's be so for real. We can kind of say that about COVID. But even in COVID, like, I can say some positive stuff. Like, I got to learn Spanish a lot more. I lost a lot of weight. Um, Became more disciplined. And I got to watch a whole bunch of shows. I'm not gonna lie. COVID had mad free time. Like, mad free time. And I couldn't go outside. Niggas was watching anime. I was catching up on anime type shit. So, like, even within that, like, we could say, like, some years were bad, but, like, there's always a mix of both. And it depends on the type of person you are, too. Like, If every single day you want to focus on what don't happen, what didn't happen, like, oh, this didn't work out for me, like, honestly, every single year of your life will be shitty. It will be bad. It will be. Oh my gosh, Bar, you're being negative. Sometimes I like to be pretty realistic. Like, I said this quote, if you think it's a bad year, you're right. If you think it's a good year, you're right. It's whatever you think at the end of the day. It's whatever you want to focus on. It's whatever, what lesson and what perspective you want to prioritize. What perspective do you want to prioritize for this year? What do you? This was a terrible year. Nothing happened to me. Or, you got redirected. You got realigned. You got to find the right things. You're working towards something. Maybe you didn't even accomplish anything, but it's still in the works. And good glory to God, we have another year to make things happen, people. We have another year to make things happen. And I'm so dramatic for even titling the video this. Like, we survived 2025, but literally at what cost? And honestly, what I said in the beginning of the video, I fell on my face and got back up on my own. Oh, wait. I didn't even say that. I said, I can't believe we made it this far. But that song is so true. That's how I've actually been feeling the past 3 years. Like, honestly, since COVID and being so for real, like, really just falling on your face and getting back on your own. Falling on your face, getting back. Everybody's different. And some people have support systems, some people don't. Or you can't have a support system. There's just some problems like you just want to handle on your own. But it's just a constant. And at this point, especially like getting out of high school, because I've always said, like, if you're in school, that's not real life, in my opinion. College, yeah, a bit more, especially if you do like higher, like secondary education, like you're getting a master's or a PhD. But that's not real life. Like, if you're my age, you're in your 20s, like, this is real life. This is how our life is going to be for the rest of our life. So many ups and downs. We don't have someone we can blame our problems on if we really want to be mature. Like, yes, you probably met some grown people. They're still blaming their problems on their parents or on their boss or like their mentor, whoever. God, yes, some people are blaming their whole life on God. Like, some people are doing that, but if you're anything like me, you take full responsibility of like what's happening to you. Boy, this is a pill to swallow. We really survived this year. So much has been happening. And even stepping outside of ourselves, if you want to look at a global standpoint, like the wars that's been going on, if you live in the USA, our governmental systems, all this stuff has been happening with ICE. There's just been so much going on. Like I said, it's very easy to say this was a shitty year. It's very easy to say, I'm not excited for the next year. I'm scared. I'm fearful. I don't know what it's to bring. But that's the exciting part. And that's one thing I really love about life, honestly, everybody. That's one thing I freaking love about life. Anything is possible. Because you can be scared. Or like, why do we have to call it being scared? Like, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. I think it's kind of exciting. You don't know what's going to happen. If you're only looking at things that might not happen or bad things that happen, yeah, that could be scary. But on the flip side, it's like, yo, like, you can have a life-changing, like, this time next year, y'all seen the post. This time next year, you could be in a different house, living a different life with different people, doing different things. And when we say different, like better, you're living the life you always imagine. That's the beauty of life. You really just don't know. And you can be a pessimist about it or you can be an optimist. But to me, that's one thing that really keeps me going. And even the whole concept of how unfair life is, I think when you're at my age, you understand life is so unfair. And now that's actually, I remember I was watching a show, like, what is one quote, like, most kids wish they learned, like, or like, what's one thing they wish they understood they were younger? And like, one of the quotes were like, learning that life is unfair. I remember being a kid, like just so upset, like, hey, that's not fair. Like, you ever been in a situation at school, like the whole class is talking, and the teacher is like, you need to go to the principal. Like technically that really is unfair because everybody in the mouth and everybody talking, I'm not talking to my damn self. You know what I mean? But life is unfair. Life is so unfair. I wish I understood that more as a kid, but now I'm at a point of life, I'm accepting that a lot more. Hopefully, you're at a point, you're accepting that a lot more. Life is so unfair. Just think about even how we're born. Like, some people are born with access to all the resources in the world, they have such an advantage in life, and other people are born into a situation where they're disadvantaged. Like, they're born into poverty, they're not born into a two-parent household, for example. They're born in dire circumstances. I mean, forget that. Imagine being born in like your country is in the middle of a war. My goodness. Yeah, life is so unfair. But I'm starting to looking at that a little bit differently because we only complain about it when it's unfair in a bad way. Let's really talk about it. We only hate it when it's unfair in a bad way. But when it's unfair in a good way, like I'm talking about, we won the lottery. Yeah, so many people buy lottery tickets. It's unfair whoever becomes the winner. Or let's say you want to start rapping, you want to start your content, you want to start a business. Some people have to put in 5 years, 10 years, decades of work to make things popping, and maybe you start and then you take off immediately. But we're not going to complain about life being unfair if we're the person who took off immediately. You know what I mean? But the person who put in 5 years, 10 years of work is going to be complaining, man, life's unfair. People just start doing this, or like they have like an easy idea and it starts becoming a business and they start taking off immediately. And I've been putting years of work into this. That person hates that life is unfair. But when it works in your favor, oh, you love it. I love it too. And that's something to kind of look forward to, honestly. Like, could we be on the right side of the unfairness? Could we be the lucky people? I guess we'll never know. You know what I mean? But that's the exciting thing about life. And that's something I want everybody to think about, that moving forward. The possibility of like your whole situation changing and you getting what you want and you being on your aligned path. You living in your purpose. Living the life that God intended you to. Have finally reaching the moment in life like you're happy. Let's say you're so unhappy. We survived 2025. Did we survive it happily? Did we survive it in peace? Did we make it to the end of this year full of pain and resentment, hurt, angry, grieving? How did we make it to the end of this year? Both? I'm low key. Me personally, I'm all over the place. I am all over the place. Not even gonna lie. However, next year could be totally different. Tomorrow could be totally different. Just one mindset shift can totally change your life. You just be more grateful and looking in the right places, looking within instead of looking without. Funny. Looking externally can literally change your life. So many small things that we can do today can change our lives for the better. Don't enter the year with hopelessness. If you struggle with mental health stuff, that's different. And even if you do, still just get the help that you need. Because some people, like, it's really hard. Like, they can't help it. Like, they are chronically, clinically diagnosed for certain stuff. So it's a bit harder. But if you're not diagnosed for anything or you don't feel like you're on that path, do not, like, hopelessness, it's like, it's such a there's no point feeling. That's what hopelessness is. It's like, there's no point. What's the point? And we're into this new year. Like, just try something new. Try to be hopeful. Try to be an optimist. Try to push yourself as far as you can. See what you can do. Bet on yourself. I don't care what age you are. I know people say, like, do it when you're young, but when you're older, why not? At the end of the day, we have one life. I mean, not, don't do it to the point like you're gonna lose everything you ever worked for. Like, let's be careful. Let's be careful. We can take risks. We can take smaller risks to that leads up to the bigger risk. You know what I mean? But bet on yourself. Like, there's so many things, so many possibilities, so much greatness that awaits. And fight for it. Fight for it. I had to remind myself. I had to remind myself to fight for it, to go after it. I had to consider, like, there is one day, this feeling that you have, you won't feel it no more. In terms of like negative feelings, like one day you'll get to a point, this sadness you have, it won't tie you down no more. One day you'll get to a point you're not mad no more. You're not angry no more. Whatever it may be. You're not sad about it. One day you're not grieving no more. You can look back and laugh. One day. And we fight for that one day every day. We fight for that one day every day. And we're going to continue fighting 2026, you heard? We're going to get there. We survived. And we do it again. Our time is up when our time is up. But until then, we do what we can. And we be optimistic about it. Thank you for tapping in, though. Like, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like, did you like the video? Are you jacking? I'll catch y'all next time.